Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, you are welcome for online class. Class 10, this is your 6th poem, No Men Are Foreign. It is written by James Up. You know that no men are foreign. Yeah. So here India is a land of diversity in unity. So we have been different race, different religion, different state and different language, but as a nation we all feel and proud that we are an Indian. So here this poem also tells that not only in a nation, if you are differentiated and you are united, so this must be there world level, global level it must be there. So that was the point of the poet. And the poet, James Up, just writes and tells that no men are foreign. So don't think that the other nation is a neighboring nation and they are foreigners and strangers to us. So we must not have a thought. We are all human beings. We are being created by God as a men and women, and this must be in everybody's mind, and they must be very friendly with others. There must not be any hatred and there must not be any war, and because we are all of one among and we are all one, and he says that we must have the thought oneness. So we are universally brothers and sisters, and we must feel that they are brothers and sisters, and there must not be any different opinion for us. And he says very clearly, this poem is based on the theme of oneness of mankind. So the poem theme is oneness of mankind. So one must have a oneness. That is, if I cut, my blood will be red. If a foreigner of Australia or he belongs to America or London or to Pakistan or Sri Lanka or any nation, China, so they also will be getting the same blood red color. So that is, we are just doing hard work and earning and eating food and just drinking. The same way they are also doing. So that was the point, and why we must have hatred and why we must have a war and why we have to shed blood in this world called the earth, Mother Earth, have to feel. So we are being separated and parted from one nation to the other, but we are all human beings and we are all brothers and sisters. That thought must be there. So that was the oneness the poet brings. The poem based on the theme of oneness of mankind. Differences such as colorless, race, national, and this is all superficial. So we may belong to different nation, we may belong to different race, we may of different color, maybe some are white and some are dark, but we are all human beings. We have life, we have emotional feeling, we have hunger and thirst, and we are just getting sunlight and water, the natural source which had been provided by God in this world. So that all must be in our mind. So the poet tells very clearly to us this. The poem deals with the supremacy of love and friendship among all people in the world. So all people in the world must have the friendship and they must have the love and they must have the care for the other being. So that must be there. So that only the point of view of this poem. So let us see what he said. This poem tells us why we must not hate our brothers and sisters who live in different countries of the world. So no men or country is strange to us. No country or no men are strange to us. They all are brothers. They are all human beings. So that thought is there. We will not have hatred. If we are not having hatred, there is no war. And everywhere peace will be there and love and affection will be there. So every human being will be just leading a happy life. So that was he saying, and we will see in this poem. Let us go for the poem. Yeah. No Men Are Foreign, James Faulkner Crick. So he was a person written this poem. Let us see what he is. And let us see about the poet also. Yeah. So first we'll see about the poet. James Faulkner Crickop was in the year 1918 to 209, a poet, a playwright, novelist and a traveller. He was born on April 23rd, 1918. His poetic career began with short verses, haiku and tankas. He was a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature in 1962. He died at the age of 91, so he had lived up to 91 years. And he died on May 10th May 2009. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiography, novels and plays. He wrote his first book of poetry named The Drowned Sailor. So, The Drowned Sailor of the Royal Society, and which was published in 1947, So, he became a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature in the year 1962. No Men of Foreign, which the poem we are going to see, was published in the year 1966. So, the poem No Men of Foreign is written in the year 1966. Okay, children, we'll see what it is. The Drowned Sailor at the Downs, which was published in 1947. Okay, so let us go for. Okay. His hometown of South Shields now holds a growing collection of his works in the Central Library. So, his collection had been kept in the Central Library. And artifacts from his time in Japan are housed in the nearby museum. So, in Japan also his books have been kept in the museum because he worked in Japan as an English lecturer in many places. He was handling English and he was just giving lectures, and he was just stayed in Japan and he was guiding many of them in English language. His last volume of poetry was published during the summer of 2008. So, his last volume of the poetry was published during the summer of 2008 by the Red Squirrel Press, and was launched at the special event of Central Library, South Shield. So, it was just special event of Central Library of South Shield. So, Library of South Shield, it was just there and it was a special thing in that library. Okay, children. Okay. So, this is about the poem. What the poem tells us? This poem tells us why we must not hate our brothers and sisters who live in different countries of the world. So, there must not be hatred among us all over the world. People must be peaceful and they have to share their love and care for each other. So, that was the thought given by the poet. Beneath various colors of uniforms, it is the same human body. So, you know that. We will read the poem first and then we will come for the explanation each line by line. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this in which we all shall lie? So, this 4 lines tells very clearly about we must not hate our other country people, the neighboring country or the nation which is far away. We have to love each and every one. We are living in the same earth but in different part, with a different language, with a different race, with a different custom and different things. But we are all united by love and affection. So, that only he said, we are all brothers and we are all sisters. That thought must be there in everyone's mind, and so that the world, the earth will be just with a peace. Remember, no men are strange, no countries are foreign. So no thing is no men are strange and no countries are foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. What do you mean by this uniform? What do you mean by uniform? What do you mean by uniform? Because different nation has different military power and different military power will be having different uniform. They all will not be same. So here they are all wearing, and at the what time they will be just border, they will be standing on the border of the nation and they will be just waiting for the fight. If some enemies come inside, their duty is to shoot. So where love is there? So if love is there, it is not necessary that a military force must stand on any border. So that only the point of the view of the author. So we have to have that we are all brothers. There must not be any hatred at all. Okay. Beneath all uniforms means beneath all uniforms, every nation has their military power and their military will be having different uniform. Their uniform will be different, and inside the uniform there will be a human being with life. We will not think, we will see only it is a uniform of our enemy nation. We will not think that life is there like us. So that is the point the poet want to convey to you. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. So beneath the uniform, a single body, a human being is there and he is having a life and he is breathing. How we eat, we feel hunger, we feel thirst, we feel emotions, we have our own thoughts. Same thing the opposite enemy also is having. So it is very clear, children? Okay. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. So we say that this is our nation and this is the place for us and we walk. The same way they are also walking. The earth that every human walks on is in the same. Beneath various colors of uniform, it is the same human body. The earth that every human walks on in the same. So every nation has their people and they were in their uniform and they will be walking. They feel this is my nation, this is my world. So like that they will be having. So they must have love and affection. That mind must be there in everybody. So there won't be any war at all. The others around the world depends on the same air, water and sun. Okay. In the earth like this, which we all shall lie. So what happens if we die? If we are living, we will be living in the same earth. Maybe that we are living in different part. But once we die, we will be surely buried in the same earth, Mother Earth. Maybe of different parts. The earths around, the world depends on the same. So where we are going to lie in the same. After our death, we will be buried in the earth. We are living in the same earth like others. Others also living like us, but we will be dying. So it is very clear to you. It is earth like this in which we are all shall lie. We are living and we are sleeping and we are waking, and at one day we are going to lie in that same earth. We are going to be buried in the same earth. The same way other people, whether they are foreign or strange or they belong to other nation, they also human beings like that. They are born, they are going to die. We are born, we are going to die. That if we keep in everybody's mind, there won't be any war at all. When we are born, nothing we have taken. When we are dying, we are not going to take anything. So that simple logic, if everybody is thinking, there won't be any war at all. Why war is there? Because of selfishness. Even in a family, small family, a brother and sister fighting, why that takes place? Or two brothers fighting? Because sometimes they become very selfish. The same applies to the world also. So as a family, as one brotherhood, and we have to think, If I have the same feeling, the brother also will be having the same feeling. So they can share, care and love, and so that they'll be having a happy life in this world. So it is very clear, these 4 lines you understood, children. Shall we move to the next stanza? They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Their irons are ours, and in their eyes we read a labor not different from our own. So it is very clear to you. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful hours, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. So it is very clear to you, children. First line tells, they too aware of sun and air and water. Is the air and sun and water is saying that I will just give only to this part of the world because these people are good, and I will not give for those people? So the natural earth which had been created by God is unique, and it is for everybody. So God created everything to lead a happy and peaceful life. Who created war? We human beings. Because of our selfishness, this is all taking place. If we have love and affection and care for other next person and think that they are not foreigners, they are also like us, a human being. They are not like aliens, they are like me as my own brother. If that thought is there, there won't be any war. There will be a peace in the world, and everybody can lead a nice and happy life. So the first line tells you very clearly, they too aware of sun and air and water. So we drink water, we breathe air, then we are taking sunlight. The same they also. So they are all same like us. Or fed by peaceful hours, by was long winter starved. So here it is very clear that, so here you have to understand harvest and starved. So here peaceful harvest, who is making? Who is making harvest? People will be making. So the harvest here refers to the people. So people is making peaceful environment, and winter starved. So winter is not starving. In the winter season, people are starved. So here these 2 lines are transfer epithet. It is transfer epithet. It is a transfer epithet. Okay, children, it is a figure of speech. It is transfer epithet. So here it is a transfer epithet. Okay, it is clear, both the words. Because peaceful harvest. So who is peaceful harvest? People are harvesting. So here they are not mentioned people, instead of that harvest they given, and people are starved in the winter season, they given winter starved. So those 2 lines are, words are in the 2 lines, those 2 words are transferred epithet. It is very clear to you? Okay. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read. So are fed by peaceful harvest, by wars long winter starved. So if it is a normal period, we will be harvesting. People all will be harvesting, and they will be eating food and sleeping, and they will be very peaceful. So their life will run very smoothly and nicely. But if it is a war time, just imagine when a winter comes. So here this harvest summer season, we will be able to move, or spring when it is growing will be nice. But you just think over in the winter, it will be pouring rain, and we are not able to move out, we are not able to get right food at right time. The same way, the war also makes a lot of destructions. They can't go and do peacefully harvest. They will be scared when bomb will be thrown on them, or when the gunshot will be taking place, when their life will go, they will not know. So this is the thing he was just telling to you. Are fed by peaceful hours. How we having peaceful in the harvest time, and in the war time we have been destructions and lot of confusion and fear and frighten. So it is happening for them also. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read. Their hands also like us, how we are working and earning and getting food and just living a life. Like that, they also just leading a life. A labor not different from us. So we also doing a labor, hard work and earning and just leading a life. They also doing the same. So they are no way less to us. If we have this thought, we will not go and hate them and fight them. Okay, children, I hope you understand these two stanzas. We will continue in the second part. And before finishing, this is a memory poem I have to tell. So, full poem is a memory poem. You have to memorize with the tune. You can sing and see. Have to receive our online lessons. Please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Children, you have to press the button. So that subscribe button, and you will receive the latest updates. I hope you will do, children, and thank you. This is our first part. We will continue in the second part, children. Until then, we will see you.